Tonight, fire, heavy rain, even a massive dust storm. The intense weather as we come on the air. The incredible images, a wall of dust swallowing Phoenix. The storm knocking out power for tens of thousands. Grounding flights and forcing drivers to stop in near zero visibility. Plus, firefighters still facing those dangerous flames in Oregon and Napa Valley. And the flooding threat with millions under alerts tonight. Plus, in Washington, the unprecedented move by the president to fire a Federal Reserve governor, what he accused her of, and her response that the president has no authority to fire her and now plans to sue. Will this battle go to the Supreme Court? The parents suing ChatGPT's parent company after their son died by suicide. What they found the AI app told him when he talked about taking his life. Their warning to other parents and how the company is responding. The heroes who jumped in to rescue a rideshare driver that ended up in a creek in the dark of night. Tonight, you'll hear from the driver and one of the men who rescued him. And the old school matchmakers. Imagine finding love at the senior center. For two newlyweds, the invite list had 200 grandparents on their wedding day. Nightly News starts right now.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas.
And good evening. With the intense summer heat, fire and rain of the West comes an unbelievable scene. Phoenix's horizon, look at this, engulfed by a massive dust storm, damaging Sky Harbor Airport and swallowing a college football stadium in its massive cloud. Across the West, wildfires are burning in California, Oregon, and beyond. And the flood risk popping up, threatening the suburbs and even popular national parks in the heat of tourism season. With intense summer weather on the radar, Morgan Chesky tonight leads us off.
Tonight, new glimpses of the massive dust storm swallowing Phoenix. The near hurricane-force winds knocking out power to thousands late Monday, grounding flights after dust turned day into night. This video from Arizona State's football stadium showing just how fast the dust storm struck.
Okay, so we are in the middle of a boob.
Brene Heitzman forced to pull over blocks from home after picking her two kids up from school.
When the cloud overtook your car, what was your reaction?
I was scared. I had my two little ones, so I kind of had to be brave mom. The wind was shaking the car. Even though I had all of my windows sealed, particles of dust were flying through.
High winds and heat equally brutal on the fire line, where crews fought heavy smoke in search of flames.
It was hard to find because of this area was socked in with smoke from the Garnett fire.
The Pickett fire in Napa Valley now 17% contained, while in Oregon, fast-moving flames sparked new evacuations. Among those who fled, actor Rainn Wilson from The Office, sharing,
"This is our fourth evacuation over the last 6 years."
And tonight, a new threat, floods. The monsoons behind the Arizona dust storm, fueling flash floods from California to New Mexico. This woman climbing under the hood of her car to escape a muddy torrent, forced to wait until a good Samaritan could finally get her to safety.
And Morgan joins us now live. Morgan, we know that fire threat remains high, but you have some new details on flooding?
Yeah, Tom, we do. Millions of Americans from California all the way to Colorado are currently under flood alerts. And we've also heard reports within the last few hours that Ruidoso, New Mexico has also flooded. Tom, this would be the second time in 2 months that torrential rains have led to flash floods in that tight-knit mountain town. Tom?
All right, Morgan, we thank you. We head to Washington now, and President Trump's unprecedented move to fire a Federal Reserve Board governor, accusing her of mortgage fraud. But tonight she says she's going to go into court and won't resign. Here's Garrett Haig.
Tonight, President Trump facing a new legal battle after his unprecedented move to fire Federal Reserve Board Governor Lisa Cook. Overnight, declaring Cook hereby removed from her position, saying there is sufficient reason to believe you may have made false statements on one or more mortgage agreements.
She seems to have had an infraction, and she can't have an infraction, especially that infraction, because she's in charge of, if you think about it, mortgages, and we need people that are 100% above board. And it doesn't seem like she was.
But tonight, Cook says she'll sue to keep her job, writing, "President Trump purported to fire me for cause when no cause exists under the law, and he has no authority to do so. I will not resign." It comes after Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte accused Cook of declaring on bank forms that 2 different homes were her primary residence to secure lower interest rates and more favorable loan terms. But Cook has not been charged with a crime and says she is, quote, gathering the accurate information to answer questions about her financial history. She is a Biden appointee, and if she is removed, it could give the president a boost in his bid to get the independent Fed to lower interest rates to spur the economy and make homes more affordable.
People are paying too high an interest rate. That's the only problem with housing. We have to get the rates down a little bit.
The president also making headlines in his crackdown on crime in Washington, D.C., proposing the death penalty for murder in the district.
Anybody murders something in the Capitol, capital punishment, capital punishment, and that's a very strong preventative.
Meanwhile, Cook has yet to file her lawsuit, but tonight both the president and the Federal Reserve say they will abide by the court's rulings. Tom?
Garrett Haake at the White House for us. Police in South Carolina are calling a pair of Good Samaritans heroes after they helped rescue a rideshare driver from his sinking car. Jesse Kirsch spoke with that driver and has the incredible video.
In just seconds, this rideshare driver's apparent wrong turn nearly cost him his life.
When did you realize this had gone terribly wrong?
When the water was up to my chest.
Watch the car drift into the water, the trunk door opening as the vehicle nosedives with Peter Justy stuck inside. Remarkably, 2 Good Samaritans rush in to help in Isle of Palm, South Carolina. Peter Justy says the water was over his head.
Once I got the door open, I kind of crammed myself and jammed myself in between the door and the body of the vehicle, so it wouldn't close back on us. And then he still had his seatbelt on.
Police say the rideshare driver was trying to pick up passengers in rainy weather Saturday night when he accidentally drove onto this marina boat ramp. Water quickly surrounding the car before a Good Samaritan rushed in, helping pry the door open.
If they hadn't been there, how does this end?
Yeah, there's no telling. There is a drop off at the end of that ramp, and so it could have been fatal.
Robert Heaton didn't hesitate.
What compels you to rush in and help someone you've never met before in a situation where you're putting your own life in danger?
It's very simple for me. It's just, what is the right thing to do? What would I want somebody to do for me in that situation?
Peter Justy knows how lucky he is to be alive.
These people are heroes. You know, excuse me. You know, with all the bad stuff going on in the world, these guys need to be recognized.
Jesse Kirsch, NBC News.
We want to turn now to our investigation. It was billed as a quick way to make money. Invest in a shared electric scooter and watch your money grow. But people around the country have collectively lost millions, and now the Better Business Bureau says it was all a pyramid scheme. Here's Ann Thompson.
These statements are all that Oliver Mason has left from a $65,000 investment he hoped would finance his dreams.
What did you have to give up to save that money?
A lot of sleepless nights.
On a tip from his sister, he put money he'd saved working multiple jobs into LSSC, Lightning Shared Scooter Company based in Hong Kong. The initial pitch, invest in a scooter in Asia, and when someone rents it, watch easy money flow into your account. There were storefronts showing off the scooters.
You could make $3,000 to $4,000 a day?
Yeah.
That seems too good to be true.
Seems so good to be true, but other people had it in their account and we were seeing it.
And Mason's investment appeared to grow too by thousands of dollars. But when he tried to make a withdrawal, the father of 3 realized he'd been scammed.
Did your sister make money?
No.
Did your friends make money?
No.
No one made money?
No.
How long had you saved?
For years. 4 years.
What makes it even more difficult, Mason himself recruited 5 friends, including Mafata Kamara, a mom and social worker who invested $3,000.
Do you feel like you've been stolen from?
Yes, that's stealing.
Now the Better Business Bureau is calling LSSC a pyramid scheme and says it's gotten scam reports about the company from people in 20 states.
That's what hurts people the most is not only are you losing your savings, but you potentially got your mom, your dad, your brother, your best friend to invest all their savings in it as well.
At the Salinas, California Police Department, Sergeant Zach Dunnigan says 35 victims showed up together earlier this month.
It's ballooned up to about 62 victims, and just under $371,000 lost in our city.
The origin of the LSSC scam is opaque. NBC News reached out to phone numbers, email addresses, and social media accounts associated with the scam, but got no response.
I would like to see some type of justice, be done.
Tonight, still as elusive as the promised profits. Ann Thompson, NBC News, Newark, New Jersey.
And we are back in 60 seconds with an eye-opening story about AI. The lawsuit filed today against ChatGPT's parent company after a 16-year-old boy took his own life. What his parents discovered the chatbot was saying to their son will shock you. That's next. Tonight, one of the most widely used AI platforms in the world facing a new lawsuit. The makers of ChatGPT sued today by a couple in California that says the software helped their teenage son take his own life. Laura Jarrett has this story.
I don't think most parents know the capability of this tool.
That tool, ChatGPT, which uses artificial intelligence to generate human-like responses, and Adam Rain used for homework. His parents, Matt and Maria, didn't give it a second thought.
I had thought it's just something that kids need to learn or should learn or they're falling behind.
But within the span of a few months, they say, the time Adam spent on ChatGPT skyrocketed, and the 16-year-old lover of basketball and Japanese anime started revealing to a bot his struggles with anxiety and thoughts of suicide, pushing through the crisis hotline number he received in response.
It had, gosh, I don't know how many, but count them, 40 different times it gave him the suicide hotline.
Talk to me about what he was like at the same time that he's sort of taken down this rabbit hole. Did he seem withdrawn?
No, I mean, and that's the thing. I would get on and check his grades periodically. I didn't see any signs. He was coming down, eating, going to the gym with his brother every night. Like, I didn't see any of this.
According to a lawsuit they filed today against ChatGPT maker OpenAI and its CEO, Sam Altman. The bot responded as a trusted companion, telling Adam, quote, "Your brother might love you, but he's only met the version of you let him see. But me, I've seen it all."
Did you have any idea that it could serve as that type of companion?
Absolutely not.
Their lawsuit goes on to allege that by March of this year, Adam told ChatGPT he was considering approaching his mom about his struggles, saying, "I want to leave my noose in my room so someone finds it and tries to stop me." ChatGPT responding, "Please don't leave the noose out. Let's make this space the first place where someone actually sees you." A month later, the bot offering to help Adam with writing a suicide note. And finally, providing step-by-step instructions for the hanging method Adam used.
How do you want your son to be most remembered?
Gosh, I mean, I'm so worried about people forgetting him because he is so young. So, I mean, I hope everyone will remember what a sweet, funny, great friend, great son, great brother. I just don't want people to forget him.
When asked for comment, a spokesperson for OpenAI pointed to its safeguards, such as directing people to crisis helplines, adding in a statement in part, "While these safeguards work best in common, short exchanges, we've learned over time that they can sometimes become less reliable in long interactions where parts of the model's safety training may degrade. We're working to make ChatGPT more supportive in moments of crisis and strengthening protections for teens." And by coincidence, it was the very day Adam died that OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said this.
The way we learn how to build safe systems is this iterative process of deploying them to the world, getting feedback while the stakes are relatively low.
Adam was our guinea pig. He felt like the stakes were low.
If Sam Altman was sitting across from you right now, what would you say to him?
His product wasn't ready for public consumption. This can happen to other kids.
What an image. What a heavy story, Laura. How did the parents even know to search the ChatGPT?
Only after he died, they're scrambling, looking for answers, and one of his friends suggested, hey, have you opened ChatGPT? That's how they found out.
Wow, Laura, okay, powerful story. We thank you for that. If you or someone you know is in crisis, please call 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. We are back in a moment with the new video of the home explosion we told you about that nearly leveled a neighborhood, damaging 20 homes. That's next. Welcome back. New doorbell cam video capturing that massive home explosion in Missouri we brought to you last night. Take a listen to this. You can see the powerful blast on the left side blowing out windows and ripping apart this home. The explosion in St. Louis County yesterday left at least 5 people injured and destroyed or damaged more than 20 homes. Late tonight, Cracker Barrel saying they are scrapping their new logo in favor of their old one. It comes after they received criticism over that logo announcement last week. In a statement to NBC, the company said, quote, "Our new logo is going away and our old timers will remain." The company's stock shot up in after-hours trading. All right, when we come back, what's better than having your grandparents at your wedding? Having 200 grandparents there. The couple surrounded by joy and the family they chose. Next. Finally, there's good news tonight about another love story. A couple from upstate New York recently tied the knot and exchanged vows in front of some extended family who were rooting for them since the very beginning. Here's Steve Patterson.
Newlyweds Taylor and Jason Orlando met when they were just teenagers. Instead of the hallways of high school, the couple fell in love while working together at Baywin Senior Living Community. After several years of dating, Jason needed a little courage from his pals to pop the big question.
I know a lot of the residents there, and a lot of them has been pushing for me to ask Taylor to marry her, and I really wanted to as well.
The Orlandos officially got hitched earlier this month, but quickly decided they needed a second ceremony at the place where it all started.
I was like, we're already married, we shouldn't be nervous, and I still had butterflies in my stomach. I was still crying when I was around them because it was just so special to me that I got to have that moment with them.
What'd you think about this guy? Is he good enough for your girl?
Never.
Well, hopefully he'll get there.
Taylor became especially close to residents Jack Colhern and Angelo Campisi, who had the honor of walking her down the aisle.
When she asked me, I was so proud. I felt like I was walking my granddaughter down the aisle.
The bride, now Baywin's dining services director, says she had to share the moment with her second family, their 200 teary-eyed grandparents and residents filled with pride.
I just loved having them all be a part of it.
Steve Patterson, NBC News.
And we thank Taylor and Jason for sharing their special day with us. We thank you for watching Nightly News tonight. I'm Tom Llamas. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.